We're live in the desert, San Bernardino, California. We are here at Auto Club Speedway. We bring to you tonight the 7th race of now 14 for the DES iRacing Truck Series. Take a look at what we've got going on tonight. May the 4th be with you. 150, 75 laps, 150 miles here at Auto Club Speedway. Temperature's not going to be too bad. As you can see, it is nighttime here, so shouldn't see that be too much of an effect tonight for these trucks on this racing surface. I'm here tonight with you with Damon O'Brien, the league leader here, and another one of our commentators that does our Xfinity series on Sunday. How you doing tonight, Damon?
Logan, I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be a good race. This is a fun track. I was here practicing. Yeah, this is going to be a fun track.
Yeah, it should be quite interesting. I'm really looking forward to it, man. I missed last week's race. Had a concert, had a fun time, but man, I'm glad I did not have to do the Daytona road course. I feel like that would have been a bigger headache than it would have been worth it for me. How'd that go for you last week?
It was a good. I mean, it was rough. You know, we had a little scuffles there, but you know, we made it through. It was a good race.
Yeah, it's kind of to be expected. Road courses and trucks, you just don't really clash those too often, and with good reason. But
small piece of me was glad you were out because I couldn't handle racing that thing. I was like, I'd rather talk here.
I kind of wish I could have raced it. That would have been a good one to really test my patience with this truck. So, again, tonight's race link, 75 laps, 150 miles, pit road speed of 55 miles per hour. Unlimited tire sets in the truck series with 2 green-white checkered attempts, 100% fuel load, and the iRacing standard setup for tonight. So, like to keep an even playing field around here. Kind of helps out everybody, and you know, it still seems to sort itself out, but I think they'll put on a good show tonight. 2-mile track, and you know, we see a lot of good action from both series on the bigger tracks. The short tracks, not quite our forte just yet, but these bigger tracks, 2 miles, 2.5 miles, they make for a good time here with the DES League.
Yeah, these are sure fun. You know.
Let's take a quick look through our grid. I don't know what's going on down there that's taking so long to get going, but your pole sitter tonight in the 42 car, Cody Anderson. Next to him in the second position, the 24 car of Jordan Trask. Those two are going to battle all night. I can already tell you, watching those guys in practice, it's going to be close between them coming to the end.
Oh, yeah.
Starting in third, we've got Garrett Stone in the 9, next to Michael Mueller in the 5 car. Con Campbell in the 52, starting in the 3rd row, next to Brent Thompson in the 45. Michael Jones in the 2, starting in 7th, and Michael Whitmore, Battle of the Mikes, back there for 7th and 8th off of this grid. 9th place, Joseph Thompson in the 21 car, next to Cooper DiBiase in the 10th spot. Thomas Long in the 23, starting out in 11th, next to Todd Perront from Canada in the 12th spot. I believe we've got a couple more rows here. Mark Holloway in the 56, starting out in 13th, next to Kenny Storkson. That is a newcomer this week for us, starting out there in 14th position. I know he had some good lap times down there in practice, so we should see him come out doing all right tonight. John Dion. That's also a new name to me. In the 3 car, starting out in 15th, next to Jamie Howell in the 11. Back here, Damon O'Brien once again in the booth, not on the field, and I do not think that Jeff Lyden has made it to this race, maybe just a little bit of practice. But
Logan, this is quite the grid, man. This is a nice grid.
Yeah, we've got a big field here tonight. Looking forward to it, as I have missed the start. But we are green. My apologies. I really lost track of time there.
We made it. I saw the start finish. Man, it looks like the high line was fast. They're grouped up right now, but I kept seeing the fast people in practice, and it seemed like the high line was a lot faster.
Yeah, that high line, I heard a couple of the guys talking about it. It's kind of more of a tire saving line, but with the temperatures that we're going to see on track tonight, it might end up playing out to be just as fast as that low line at times.
Oh. I just raced this track for my first time in practice. It was fun.
Yeah, I didn't get to turn any laps on it, but today is also my first time even having this track in my possession, so I understand where you're coming from. Cody Anderson now in the lead for the last 2 laps, as we stated earlier. Pole sitter, so nobody able to get around him just yet. Jordan Trask still behind him. Michael Jones next to another battle of the mics. Michael Jones and Michael Mueller fighting back and forth there for 3rd place. Michael Whitmore also throwing his Michael name into the hat. He's back there in 5th. Brent Thompson behind him. Garrett Stone and Brent Thompson going after it. Switching back and forth. Con Campbell, Joseph Thompson, Cooper DiBiase, your top 10.
Got a lot of Michaels in here.
A lot of Michaels in here. I don't know if I can handle any more. Wouldn't that be wild to see a Michael, and Michael top 3 finish tonight?
Oh, yeah. They are sure grouped together, but they're running nice with each other. Couple new looking cars out here, I noticed. I think a lot of people are switching up their paint jobs on us.
Yeah, there's definitely a few new ones out there, and then of course throwing in the new names into the mix. Obviously a couple there gonna be new cars. Kenny Storkson in that 54 back here. He's kind of gotten separated from that front pack. He's running with about 4 or 5 more cars here, but still 2 seconds back from Joseph Thompson. Wonder what they're going to be able to put together. They really have to get in a good single file line and try to hold it to catch back up with that front group. We'll see if they can put anything together there as we take a look back up towards the front group here. Jordan Trask falling back to 5th place. Cody Anderson still in 1st. Michael Jones in 2nd now. It'll only be a matter of time before we see that 2 truck spin around, certainly. I'm just kidding, Michael. The Mandalorian paint job. May the 4th be with you, my friend. What a great day this is for nerds.
That's right, it is, isn't it?
It's one of my favorite days of the year, with that being said. Jordan Trask making his way back around Michael Whitmore. Getting back up to 4th place now. Con Campbell able to get around Todd Perron from Canada. He's up in your top 10 now.
Yeah, right. Michael Whitmore's up there in 5th.
Michael Whitmore was just ahead of Jordan, but Jordan got around him on that last lap to get back into the top 4 after starting in 2nd position. Garrett Stone making a pass on Joseph Thompson back here. Joseph Thompson going to keep that low line, though, and they're going to battle it out for the next couple of laps before this one gets settled. That's a new paint job for the 9 tonight, isn't it?
That sure is, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Brent, that's Brent?
Brent Thompson in the 45 on the low side. Looks like Garrett Stone and Joseph Thompson should get a run on him. Joseph a little bit further back. You see the back end of that 9 truck sliding around behind him. You know he's got himself a fresh new pedals of the the V3 Club Sport pedals. His first race tonight on those. Looks to be making the adjustments as he's going along.
He was excited to have those new pedals. He just got them hooked up today, man. He was at the hardware store, it seems like 3 hours ago, getting screws to get that thing into his rig.
I would be too. That was one of my favorite upgrades to mine. These pedals, man, they just make a world of difference to you. Cody Anderson still up here in front with Michael Jones. Closed the gap a little bit on him. About a quarter of a second behind him now. Michael Mueller right on the back door of the 2 car, though. Making a dive to the inside. Is he going to take away that second position? He does for now. A little bit of a slide job pushing Michael up the track. Jordan's going to throw his name into the mix now. Going to follow that 5 truck low, but the 5 truck's going to go back high to put a block on the 2 car Michael. Which Michael, you might ask? I don't know at this point. They're all over the place. We're not going to keep track of that. I'm going to just start calling out their numbers. Good battle right here, though, between Michael and Michael. A little bit of action back here with Garrett Stone, Con Campbell. Doing the same thing the Mikes are doing up front. Staying close enough to throw up a red flag and draw my attention, but can't quite get it done.
Their tires are starting to wear. They're talking on mic. I have an earpiece in, and I hear them on their chatter. They talk about not liking that inside line.
Yeah, I know a couple of them were talking about trying to stretch it out to about 30 laps. Brent Thompson being one of those guys, and wonder if he'll be able to stick to that. Couldn't quite tell there. Looked like the 18 got loose or maybe made an odd adjustment there. Didn't quite catch what happened to him.
So Logan, tell me, this is a 2 pit stop race, isn't it?
At this point, if they're already talking about tires, it might be 3. I mean, 75 laps. If you can split that at 35 and 20, that'd probably be your best bet. You're obviously going to lose some position on that first stint if everybody short pitch you, but it's hard to say, too. These guys are racing really clean right now. 13 laps in, about to be 14. And no cautions.
Nope.
Can't complain about that at all.
It's the way it's been in this league, man.
It's
when
another
we were at
fresh
that concert,
job
we had a nice run at the beginning there, too. How was that concert? Who'd you see?
It was great. It was Greta Van Fleet, one of my favorite bands, and always will be. It was a fantastic time. 4th time I've caught them in concert, and worth it every single time.
I've listened to them quite a bit, and I like them. I mean, they sound, man, they remind me so much of Led Zeppelin. And then I'm watching a video of them yesterday, and literally the bassist sits at the piano just like John Paul Jones did. I'm like, man, they're good though. As good as Robert Plant.
Yeah, it's a fun time, man. They really know how to get the crowd involved too. But as you saw there just a little while ago, Jordan Trask back up here into 2nd place, coming back from 5th there for a while. Made a pass around Michael Jones. Get that, but they are staying close. Michael Jones now back in 2nd. Jordan's going to have that high line, though, where he can get a decent run across this tri-oval. You see him get back in front of Michael once again, but he's going to stick to that high line. Michael's going to start running that middle to low line, and he'll get around Jordan for a little while. But Jordan's got a better run on that high line there, and he's also saving tires in the meantime. Back a little bit further, Brent Thompson gets around Garrett Stone. Kenny Storkson around Cooper DiBiase. And up here in the front, still Cody Anderson. He's kind of checked out from everybody, but looks like Jordan's going to start closing this gap here. We'll see if he's got anything for Cody in the next couple laps. Michael Jones now back to 4th place, falling behind Michael Mueller. Joseph Thompson joins the top 5.
Cody Anderson's lap times from like lap 12 to 16 have dropped like a second compared to what he was running the first 11.
I could see Cody going on a tire strategy here and doing that on purpose. He's got a good lead. He doesn't really need to push it that hard. So, you know, once Jordan starts getting up here on his bumper a little bit, I think we'll see Cody start to drive it a little bit harder than what he has been. Well, only time will tell. But for now, 16 laps led for Cody Anderson. Obviously the most in the race, as we've only had 18.
Well, you know, so I look at, you may be curious, I looked at Jordan's times, and it's the exact same thing. He was running 45s, you know, mid-40s, right up until about the 12th lap, and now he's running 41.5s, 41.6, 41.3, 41.6, 41.4 just came in. You know, so he's losing about the same amount of time. I'm wondering, this might be a three. They might have to stop 3 times.
I could very well see that, and you know, it's gonna be tough. You know, once these guys start doing some green flag pit stops, though, start mismatching the tires on the track, then I think we'll finally start seeing some cautions. I think that's, if it's gonna happen, that's where it'll be, is shortly after a green flag pit stop.
And I noticed Mark Holiday actually went into the pits.
A 3-way battle for 3rd here between Michael Jones, Michael Mueller, and Joseph Thompson. You see Cody Anderson and Jordan Trass. Trass right on the back door of Cody Anderson. Not looking to let him get away anymore. Said, "You've had enough laps led, sir. It's my turn." Of Whitmore in the 52, Con Campbell, with Brent Thompson in the mix in the 45. Just good, clean racing here tonight. You love to see it.
Yeah,
21 laps
right
down already.
Yep, they sure complain about their tires right now on the chatter.
I believe it. I do believe it. Michael and Michael can't get away from each other. The 2 and the 05. Bound and determined to get at least one Michael on the podium tonight.
And Jordan's up front, just sitting behind Cody, just drafting him.
Probably the best place to be right now, just
Yeah.
getting that air off the front of that truck and saving fuel while you're at it.
I am very curious when somebody's going to pull in this pit. Going to be a little while though.
That is a downside. It probably will be. I mean, they've really got to try to plan this out. I'm thinking if we'll probably see the back of the pack start pitting before the front. Looks like Todd Perron and Mark Holloway both have already visited the pits. Looks like they took 4 tires and fuel, so they should be set for a little while. But if these guys up here, Cody, Jordan, Michael, Joseph, if these guys can continue running how they are, I would probably stretch it as far as you can. Like I said, lap 35 would be ideal, and then probably around lap 50 to 55 if you need to. That way you can just split that difference there. It's going to come down to strategy. If they're going to continue racing clean like this, that's all that's going to win this race. It's not going to really be speed. It's not going to be no luck. But I think strategy's the play here for sure.
2 pit stops is going to be fun to watch. Jeff Leiden went in the pits as well.
Jeff did make it to the track. I think it was just you joining the practice session, Damon, that messed all the gridding up.
Well, I was in there. We weren't sure if I was going to need to broadcast, so I was in there practicing, getting ready for the race. And all of a sudden, I had to come out, so now it'll only let me sit in the pit. So I already registered.
Just a quick look through your field. Cody Anderson sits in first still. Jordan Trask behind him. Michael Jones in third. Michael Mueller in fourth. Joseph Thompson fifth. Con Campbell in sixth. Brent Thompson seventh. Kenny Storkson, the new guy, has made his way up to 8th place. Michael Whitmore in 9th. Cooper DiBiase in 10th. Thomas Long 11th. Sean Dion, I hope I'm saying that correctly. I apologize if I'm not. But Sean Dion in 12th. Garrett Stone 13th. Jamie Howell 14th. Todd Perron from Canada in 15th. Mark Holloway 16th. And Jeff Leiden back in 17th.
I like seeing a new guy in the top 10. That's nice.
Yeah, let's take a look at him. See how he's driving this thing.
Nice looking car. I'm not sure what it says on it. But nice looking car.
You see he's got a little bit of a gap there between him and Brent Thompson. He's got to make up, but started out in 14th up to 8th now. Can't complain with that.
Not a bad run at all.
New guy showing he's got the stuff to be here.
I don't hear anybody on that radio at all. They concentrate.
Is that a little damage I see on the 18? That is a little damage. Wonder what happened to Mr. Cooper.
I don't know. He's just rubbing some of that paint off faster.
He's got the retro 18 Interstate battery truck tonight, scored as the 17 on your ticker there on the left-hand side.
Well, they are talking about their tires again.
Jordan Trask finally able to get around Cody.
Todd Perron had a crash, number 69.
Todd Perron, what happened, old Todd Perron? Race is going to remain green.
Looks like the new guy, him got hooked up.
I'll have to take a look at that if we ever come across a caution or maybe a post-race recap. Don't want to take away from too much of the action. Jordan Trask in first now. Gonna gain himself a couple lead laps. Cody Anderson shortly behind him. Probably looking to do the same thing that Jordan was doing. Just kind of cruise behind him, save some tires, save some fuel, see how long you can stretch this stint out. 30 laps completed so far. And only 4 cars have visited the pits so far.
I can hear Todd on the headset, frustrated, but Todd, we kid around. We say he's from Canada. He's actually from Louisiana. But one day, Earl and me were doing a broadcast, and we accidentally said he was from Canada. And he's stuck with that ever since. So
it's kind of a good running joke with it.
He sounds frustrated though. He wanted to do something in that race.
It's like Kenny Storkson came down the pit lane. He's now back into 17th position.
Cooper Tobias looks like he pulled in the pit.
Cooper in the pits. Probably taking 4 tires just like everybody else up here. Like Cody Anderson might be coming down the pits himself. He is losing quite a bit of time back here. Now back to 5th place. Gordon Trask still in first, Michael Mueller in second, Joseph Thompson third, Michael Jones in fourth, and Cody bringing up the back of that top 5. See what he does here. He's gonna keep it on the track. That's an interesting call by him. Could see him working with Michael Jones back here, though, trying to get a draft partner and make something a little bit longer of a run.
I'm really trying to stretch these tires out.
Thomas Long back here in 8th position in the 23 truck. I see a couple of the trucks out here tonight with those Moza stickers on them. I believe, is that another brand of racing wheel, I believe?
I don't know.
I'll have to look into that. I've heard of the name, I just can't figure out what it is right now. Gordon Trask now with a commanding almost 3-second lead on 2nd place. He'll be able to stretch this out just about as long as he wants to. He might try to just go dead even on a split here. And
he's been winning a lot of races. He had that road race the other day that we had. He's been winning a lot of races lately.
I know he's looking for a 3-peat tomorrow in the Xfinity Series. But luckily, I'll be on track to make sure that does not happen.
Good. That's your job.
Michael Jones back here in 4th place. Cody Anderson now way behind. I don't know what's happened to Cody. Back in 6th place. Being passed now by Brent Thompson. Lon Campbell is able to get around him with no problem. Brent's got the inside line. Cody's just slowing it way down into the corners. I don't know if it's a tire wear issue or if it's a strategy.
We have Michael Jones in the pit.
Michael Jones now coming down pit road, followed by Con Campbell in the 52 back there. Garrett Stone making his way up to 7th place now.
Sounds like we have Brent Thompson coming into the pits too on the mic.
.45 of Brent Thompson coming down pit road now. Who was that behind him? Was that, I couldn't quite tell. think that was Thomas. Yeah, it was Thomas.
Garrett Stone's in the pit too. Yeah.
Garrett also coming down pit road. Michael Jones, he's been in and now out. As it sits right now, our top 7. Scratch that. Top 6. One more time. We'll try this again. Okay, I cannot keep track of anything. Cody Anderson back in first place. Has yet to come down pit road as he does now. Joseph Thompson coming out of pit road. Gonna have a couple trucks coming up hard. Will he be able to get to turn 3 before they do? It looks like he should be able to. And then coming around, Joseph Thompson should be your new leader for this race. Michael Jones close behind, though. He's not going to let it go easy. But I don't think that Cody's going to have the speed out of pit road to stay ahead of these 2 trucks. You see Michael Jones taking the inside there through the tri-oval and gains that position. And Michael Jones, your new leader of the race in the 2 truck.
Tomorrow night we have the Xfinity race at Kansas. You looking forward to that?
I very much am. I am looking forward to taking home a first place victory just like I did in Kentucky.
It's going to be fun. I think we got Brent Jones and I think we got Michael Whitmore that's going to be in the booth and I'll be producing. So we should have a good little show.
It should be fun. Hopefully we have a pretty stacked up field there. Like to get about 20 to 25 race cars on the surface. That'd be a pretty fun time at Kansas.
Yep. That would be fun.
With that being said, anybody who's watching, if you want to join in on that race, just visit racedес.com. You'll find a link to our Discord. You'll be able to join in. We'll get you all set up in the league. And then you're more than welcome to come race with us. We like to see the full fields on the racetrack. Makes for a good time. Michael Jones still up here in first place. What was that, Damon?
Good server. You won't find one like it. It's got a very busy Discord. It's always voice active. You come in here at night, you'll see 15 people in rooms, in 2 different rooms. And it's just fun, man. It's like hanging out with your friends around a table.
It's a good time around here. Everybody pretty well gets along pretty decently. Can't complain too much.
RaceDES.com. You'll find our Discord link. Go ahead and join.
Michael Jones still in first place, 41 laps down of 75. We're over halfway through this race already, still caution free. 5 lead changes so far, the most current being the 2 truck. We've had Cody Anderson up here for quite a few laps. We had Jordan Trass up here for quite a few laps. Cody's now back in 14th position after that pit stop. Jordan Trass in 5th. I think we had Joseph Thompson, who's still in 2nd place, but about a second and almost a half behind Michael right now. I think he got a couple laps led. Can't remember who the 5th one was.
Michael Jones right in the lead.
Take a look a little bit further back here. We got Brent Thompson and Jamie Howell pretty close. Brent Thompson on the back door of the 24 truck of Jordan Trass.
That field is quite stacked up.
Yeah, it's a pretty good sized group back here. It seems like everybody pretty well gathered back up once those green flag pit stops happened, which is perfect timing. But Jamie Howell's now on 17 laps on this stint, where everybody else is 10 laps less than him. Kenny Storkson behind him, he's about 4 laps less. But Mark Howell back here. Mark Howell and Todd Perron, already 25 lap old tires. So they're definitely not going to be able to make it to the end of the race without pitting at least one more time. Good look up here, Mr. Con Campbell in the 52, sitting in third place. But as you can see, that gap between third and second, it's huge. It's almost 5.5 seconds. And the trucks ahead of him just kind of look like specks at the moment. But that being said, the cars behind him do not. And that's a big pack behind him. Leading the charge, Jordan Trask. So you expect Jordan to be up here pretty soon, and he'll be competing to get that spot back from Con Campbell and rejoin the top three.
What lap was the last of the group pitting?
I believe so. Everybody should be on pretty fresh tires except for Mark Holloway, Jeff Lydon, and Todd Perron. You might see them visit the pits again here in a few laps.
I still don't. I don't think anybody's going to be able to make it to the end without pitting again.
I'm curious as to what was going through the 42 of Cody Anderson's mind. I really want to know why he slowed down so much. I feel like if he had a strategy, that wasn't it. I could be wrong. We'll see if he can rejoin back there. Sitting in 13th right now. It's not looking too good, but we'll see if he can make his way back up towards the top of this field. Brent Thompson right on the back door of the 24 car, though. Drove that entry a little too hard. Saw him come up the racetrack versus Jordan staying low on that preferred line on these fresh tires. But Brent is going to get a good run out of turn 4. He's right on the back bumper of Jordan Trask. He's taking the high line. That one looked like it was on purpose.
So I just looked back and it looks like Cody pitted in 37-38, lap 37 or 38. Do you think he's he limped around so he could have one pit stop?
I'm not too sure. It might be a split for him on that. I'll tell you one thing though, Damon. We've got another free week of the Eldon show. Eldon Stewart unable to make this race again tonight.
Yep.
I don't know if anybody misses him. We'll say that they do, just to make him feel better. But always a front runner in these races, so I'm sure more than half of these guys are happy that he's not here tonight, so they actually have a chance. He almost makes it impossible whenever he's on the racing surface. Still pretty mellow through most of the field. Little action back here. Jamie Howell, Kenny Storkson, Michael Whitmore up there ahead, and Thomas Long behind those guys.
And Joseph Thompson's right behind Michael Jones.
We'll take a look back here for a little while. The 54, the 11, the 23, all really close within each other, and See a little bit of wiggle every once in a while. This might get a little hairy. Like coming out of turn 2 is where stuff starts to go sideways a little bit, but for the moment, Joseph Thompson, your new race leader. Michael Jones fell back. Didn't quite catch what happened, but he had himself quite a few laps led there on that stint. 13 so far for Michael Jones. Can't be too upset about that, except for the fact that they don't count as points here.
That's true. That's true. It's all about the last lap.
Gotta get the win if you want anything. Still really close battle between these three. Six seconds behind the leader right now, but all within a decent portion here.
There's only 4 cars off the lead lap. Yeah, this is a nice group of race.
It has not been too bad at all. Those 4 cars, Garrett Stone, Mark Holloway, Jeff Leiden, Michael Mueller. Not sure what happened to Mike Mueller. He was up there in the top 3 for quite a while, battling with Michael Jones. Now, 9 laps down.
9 laps down. Yep.
He's still on the racetrack, though. I'll give him credit for that. Be a bad pit stop or a penalty coming down pit lane. Back up here towards the front, Con Campbell looking to make a move on Michael Jones. And Con in that 52 will be looking to track down the 21, race leader right now. Michael Jones going to take a look down low. Might have got into the back end of the 21 there, just enough to get him a little wiggly. But Con Campbell gets the 2 for 1, now in first place. Michael Jones sticking with Con in the 52. Gonna catch some of that draft and get himself pulled around Joseph Thompson, who falls back to 3rd place now. But look at that gap. These top 3 have just ran away with it for now. This time by will leave us with 20 laps to go. It's going to be a close race to the finish. I think that we're going to see tires start to affect the trucks here in the next couple of laps. I'd say that gap from 3rd to 4th will start closing very quickly, as it already is. Rapidly dropping. And Thompson started out with that sentence at about 4.5 seconds. Behind Joseph Thompson, and then came all the way up to about 3.5 seconds there, but now falling back to 4. So I might just be talking to hear myself talk for the moment. I don't know what to say.
Looks like Cooper Tobias dropped in the pit.
Cooper is
on the lead lap.
Is no longer on the lead lap. That time by put him 1 down. So we have the top 10 right now on the lead lap still. We have the 3 truck, Sean, who's coming around the tri-oval area. On Campbell, Michael Jones should be coming around 3 and 4. They don't have a whole lot of room before they put another one down a lap. Anybody pits at this point, it's definitely going to put him down a lap. About the time that you spend in pit lane is a little bit more than 1 full lap around this track here at Auto Club, and it's these green flag pit stops. That's what happens. Still 0 cautions.
Michael Jones is sitting back there.
Down.
I think Michael Jones wanted to be behind Campbell.
I could very well see that, as we can see him staying right perfectly in that draft. Definitely a fuel-saving technique here.
Yep.
A little bit further back, Thomas Long kind of in the same position behind Michael Whitmore, but he needs to start making a move here if he wants to catch up to Brent Thompson and start working with him to catch up with the top three. One thing you're not seeing a whole lot of right now is people working together to get around this racetrack a little bit faster than the people in front of them.
Yep, 5, 6, 7's right together. They should be working together. They can move up. They can move up to Brent real quick.
Yeah, absolutely. But Brent Thompson able to join the top three, getting around Joseph Thompson. Right behind them, Michael Whitmore in 5th place. Battling with Thomas Long still yet. See Cody Anderson there in the back of that picture. He's sitting in 9th right now after coming back from, I believe that was 15th earlier. He is way further back than I bet he wishes to be at this late in the race.
Man, 60 laps. I'm going to turn my radio up a little bit to see if I hear anything.
Jones just prowling the back bumper of the 52 truck. Con Campbell. I know what this move is. I've done it plenty of times myself. We said earlier, the most important lap here is the last one. Michael's doing a great job of setting himself up for this. We might see him pull off a good move here. We're in the last 15 laps of this race already. Whitmore into the wall. He's going to lose a position to Thomas Long. Kenny Storkson should have a run on him. Not too sure what happened to Michael there. If he got loose or if the truck pushed on him.
I don't know, but he hit the wall and all he said is, I pulled a Brent. I pulled a Brent. And then I hear Brent and Thompson, what do you mean by that? I don't know.
Classic banter within this group. Cody Anderson able to get around the 3 car, now up into 8th place for the moment. Michael Whitmore with some connection issues there. We'll get away from him. Michael
Looks like
Jones.
we have Con Campbell. Con Campbell 52 has an accident.
Con Campbell in the 52 still trying to straighten this truck up, and we are still under green flag conditions as he did not come back out onto the racetrack. He stays below that white line now. We still shouldn't see one. But that moves Brent Thompson up into 2nd place, with Thomas Long taking 3rd. We had an accident on, what was that, lap 30? And then another spin on lap 61 that we'll have to recap after this race. Since these guys don't like to bring out cautions, I can't catch up with it. I don't want to take away from the live action. Con Campbell after that, all the way back into 9th place now.
I hear a lot of concern about tires on this mic, on this radio chatter.
Look at the group back here. Cody Anderson now up into 5th position. This is about where he wanted to be. And coming up with 8 laps left. Top 5 here. He should be able to start making a move. If he's saved his tires enough, he'll start pushing this truck harder than everybody else. And he'll start passing people like they're standing still.
He pitted late too. You know, he might have enough to make it all the way when most people don't.
I don't think fuel will be any concern here. I could be wrong. Everybody should make it on fuel, but I don't know if everybody will be able to handle these tires once they really start to get slick. What are we seeing? Cody Anderson now up into 4th. Didn't quite catch the pass to get him around and Joseph Thompson, but Cody taking the high side on Michael Whitmore, back up into 3rd place for him now. Cody's going to be on the hunt for the 45 of Brent Thompson, who is sporting a new paint scheme himself this week. I'm familiar with him having one of his infantry badges on the truck, but it looks like we've got a Mike Garza Fence Company truck this week.
Yeah, he got I think last week was his first week driving with that sponsor, and he got himself a new sponsor, and I hear he's going to be driving with this truck for a couple weeks.
Oh, awesome. Good to hear it for him. Well, Jones starting to slow down a little bit as Brent Thompson's just about a second and a quarter behind him. Cody Anderson about 6 seconds behind Michael Jones right now. You see Brent start creeping into the picture there slowly. Lap 66 of 75. You're just about done. What are you thinking about this race so far?
Crazy. We haven't had a caution. This is amazing.
Like I said, you can't complain too much about that. Makes for a good, quick race, clean race, enjoyable race to watch. And if you have enjoyed this race, please hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You'll never miss a race with us. Be able to catch every single one that we do. Right now, Saturdays and Sundays. Saturdays, 10 p.m. Central. Sundays, I believe it's 7 p.m. Central.
Yep.
Trucks, obviously, on Saturdays. Xfinity races on Sundays.
Thursdays,
you can come watch me start winning some races over there.
Yeah, Thursdays we have the GT3 race at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then Mondays we at 11 p.m. Eastern we have the Legend race, the 34 Legend seat.
Plenty of stuff going on all throughout the week. At least one or maybe two races a day. Practice or actual races, whatever the case may be. Always action here at DES, so feel free to join racedес.com.
That's one thing we do that other people don't do too, is we do practices, and we have a lot of good players in here that 3,000 plus rated, and they help out the people that aren't so high rated, and teach them some of these tracks. We have on each of the races we have 2 practices a week, and it's just a lot of people helping each other out. And like I said, you come into the server, it's like sitting around the table, with your friends. Everybody's here to enjoy our time and help each other out.
Michael Jones still sitting in first place. Brent Thompson closing that door, though. Cody Anderson, however, not. Almost 8 seconds back from Brent Thompson. That gap is not getting any lower. We now only have 5 cars on the lead lap. Michael Jones doing a great job tonight. Surely we'll see him up here on the podium interviews. He keeps it up here. Might be the race winner.
Logan, I hear a couple people on mic right now on that track. They're talking about having to do a splash and go before they can finish this race.
Oh,
the fuel is an issue.
Is going to be an issue. I think a couple of them have already come in for that. Thomas Long, Michael Whitmore, Kenny Storkson.
Brent Thompson.
Brent Thompson's going to have to come in. That surely means that Cody Anderson will have to as well. But maybe not. He's been running this back half of the race pretty slow. You saw him back there, floating around the 14th to 8th position until the about last 10 laps here, so he might be all right. This was strategy for him for sure. Michael Jones, though, gonna have to come down pit road. Gonna unfortunately give up that position to Cody Anderson, but with only we're gaining some cars back on the lead lap now, but he had it down to 5 cars on the lead lap, so Michael Jones should be able to come back out here, keeping a decent position on the track and maybe make a run up towards the front there. But with 5 to go, unfortunate time to run out of fuel. We'll see if anybody else comes out with the same circumstances.
Yeah, 5 to go. This is going to get interesting. Man.
Cody Anderson back to the race lead. He's got trucks to draft with, too. This only helps him. Got the 56 of Mark Holloway in front of him, the 9 of Garrett Stone behind him. We'll see Cody dipping in between, in and out. He's going to try to stay in that draft as much as he can so he doesn't have to come in for fuel. "24-second gap for Cody Anderson, so he's really, that's all he has to do. Just watch the fuel, finish the race.
Yep.
Who cares if you run out of fuel on the burnout?
If he can make it, this is going to be nice. I mean, we were watching him like we thought we were out of it. He was out of it at one point.
Absolutely.
He knew what he was doing. He fooled everybody. He fooled us.
Brent Thompson getting a little sideways there through 1 and 2. He kept a good track position, still in 3rd place after that pit stop. Jamie Howell, however, tracking him down. Jamie wants to get up on the podium himself. Now 28-second gap for Cody Anderson to the 2nd place car of Joseph Thompson. Michael Jones unfortunately falls back to 6th position behind Thomas Long. He's got some time though. It looks like he did take tires on that pit stop, which that surely hurt him. He could have came back out and kept running with those same tires. He probably would have been fine to finish out this race. Kenny Storkson gets around the 18 on the field, Cooper DiBiase. Michael Jones made his way back up to 5th place now. 18 and the 54 still side by side. Gonna get a little separation through 3 and 4. Brent Thompson gets around Joseph Thompson, reclaiming the 2nd position. As you see Michael Jones back there in the back of the picture, hunting them all down. He wants to get back on the podium. Got to pass 2 more to get himself up there. And he's coming through with a head full of steam. Huge run on Joseph Thompson. Michael Jones clears him easily. We're going to see him. Oh, it looks like Joseph probably out of fuel. I think that's exactly what happened to him. Final lap here at Auto Club. Cody Anderson should be your race winner.
24 seconds ahead.
24 seconds. No problem. Michael Jones gets around Jamie Howell here on the last lap. Can he make it back to 2nd place? Get around Brent Thompson. He's going for it. He's got a head full of steam. If he can catch this draft here, get up to him before turn 3, he can surely make a move here. Cody Anderson is your race winner tonight. He is already across the finish line about 10 seconds ago. Because Brent's going to get a little loose. Cody's... Oh, no! Michael into the wall. It's a drag race, though. Brent Thompson still going to get away with it. Brent Thompson a little loose out of turn 4. Michael Jones tried to correct for it and avoid him. Did a great job to not hit Brent, but puts himself into the wall.
Nice. I like seeing Brent in the top 3 up there. That's nice.
That is fun. But we are finished.
That was crazy. Not a caution. That was amazing race, huh?
That is insane. That is an awesome job by these drivers to go that entire race caution free. Couple different lead changes. Nothing too crazy tonight. 9 lead changes. 150 miles here completed. I'm going to send this to a quick break. I need to rest my voice for just a second. We'll come back. We'll do our finishing results here, go through the field, get with our top 3, do some interviews, and what do you say we call it a night after that, Damon?
Definitely. What a race, man. Wow.
Sounds like a plan. We will be right back. And we are back. Damon O'Brien, 75 laps completed. What'd you think about it tonight?
That was just an amazing race, man, and not one caution. I mean, geez, we should have made a longer race.
Honestly, it really seems like we should have just over an hour long, and about 100 laps. Probably would have put us right at an hour and a half for this, and if they could have kept racing like they were, that could have made a big difference to have just 24 or 25 more laps in there. And I don't know, we'll have to reevaluate that for next season and see what happens. But a great race put on by these guys tonight. We'll bring up the results here on screen. Cody Anderson, first place, your old race winner tonight. Multiple laps led. We'll get into those details later. Started on the pole, finished on the pole. Good job to Cody tonight. Brent Thompson coming in second, started sixth. Great race for him. Michael Jones, I think this is his first podium this season in both series, so great job to Michael Jones, coming in third place after starting in seventh. Jamie Howell in the 11 car, coming in fourth. Thomas Long in fifth. Kenny Storkson, the new guy, getting his way up to sixth place. Michael Whitmore in seventh. Cooper DiBiase in eighth. Jordan Trask unfortunately fell back to ninth after starting in second. And then we have Mark Holloway in the 10th position.
What a great race, man. That was just a great race. You want to bring Michael in here?
I was trying to go through the rest of the field here. For whatever reason, my graphic is not working for me. Unfortunately, I can't have that up. I don't know what's going on with that. We'll just follow it up here. Joseph Thompson fell back to 11th after that mishap there when he was riding in, I believe, third place. Todd Perront from Canada coming in 12th. Garrett Stone, 13th. Con Campbell in 14th. Jeff Lydon, 15th. We have Sean Dion in 16th. And Michael Mueller bringing up the back of the pack, 9 laps down. Unfortunately, I didn't catch what happened to him. But that is the end of your field. We'll get on board here with Michael Jones in third place. Have a quick chat with him and see what he's got to say. Michael Jones, Damon, and Logan up here in the booth. You got a copy?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, buddy. Hey, is this is your first podium here for DES, isn't it?
Yeah, in this series, we have a 34 Legend series that I've gotten a win in and a couple of podiums that I'm in the running for. But yeah, in the Big Boy series, yes, my first podium.
Well,
great
awesome
run,
job
man.
tonight, man. Started out in 7th. You ended up leading 22 laps. You were up there for quite a while, and I'm curious what your strategy was. I know you let Con Campbell get by you there, about 10 to 15 left to go. Were you trying to save fuel?
Yes, I was trying to save so much fuel. I was good on tires, and me and Cody were kind of he successfully did it. Excuse me. Just pitted once, and was able to save about like 10 laps of fuel. I tried to do that, I just wasn't able to. So I let 21 and 52 get in front of me, so I could just try to use their draft to save fuel that way. Just scratching and clawing for any type of fuel I can get. And yeah, I feel super bad for getting into 52 as well. I barely touched his left rear trying to get in his draft, and spun him on accident. I feel bad for that incident in general.
Okay, so that's the story that we were looking for, what happened there on the backstretch. We saw Con sideways, didn't bring out the caution because he stayed below that line.
Yeah, that happened a lot for some reason. A lot of people spinning and then going under that line, and it just no caution. If you ask a lot of drivers, there probably should have been 2 or 3 cautions thrown. Not really sure what happened there, but yeah, I felt like I was the fastest one on the track. Felt like I was as fast, if not as fast, if not faster than Cody. I just fuel, man, fuel. And I took 4 tires that second pit stop, and I didn't even mean to. I meant to take just rights, and that slowed me down a bit. And yeah, me and Brent gonna have to run one back for that last turn, because I'm a little bit upset about that. That was a P2 that was all mine.
Yeah, that just, you could see him get a little loose there, and saw you correct and try to stay out of him, which you did good, but ended up putting yourself into the wall. But I mean, a P3 finish, you still can't be mad with that by any means. Gonna help yourself out quite a bit there in the points. Think that'll, that should put you up a couple spots, if I'm correct. Unfortunately, I don't have a points graphic to put up on the screen, but again, great job tonight, Michael. Glad to see you up here finally, man. Anybody you'd like to say a quick thanks to?
Just DES in general. I appreciate you guys putting on these races every week.
Thank you, Michael. We appreciate it. Great race.
Thank you.
Again, that was your third place finisher, Michael Jones. First time up here on the podium with the Xfinity and the Truck Series that he runs. We'll step down now with Brent Thompson, your second place finisher. See what he's got to say about the race tonight. Amy, you got a copy with Brent
Thompson. Brent Thompson, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on? How about that
second place finish, man? Wow, good run.
It was a long run. I had a plan. I stuck with it. It worked out okay. To be honest with you, I came up 3 laps short on fuel. I had to run it into a splash and go. I was trying so hard to save on fuel. I ran the top line the whole way, and it was a good race.
Man, you still pulled out there. So you pitted more than once.
Yeah, I pitted once and got tires all the way around and got full fuel. And I thought, well, if I get out and save a little fuel, I'll make it. But running the top line uses a lot more fuel. I got out there and started running, and I realized after a few laps, I'm thinking, oh, I'm not going to make it. I'm going to be short. And I was about 10 laps short. So I got behind. I found Jordan and Con on the track, and I got behind them, and they were both running a little bit slow. I knew Con was saving fuel. So I got behind them and started saving as much as I could. I got down to where I thought I could make it, and I realized I was going to get dropped out of the top 5 if I kept running slow. And so I started getting on the gas, and I came up 3 laps short right there at the end. I came in and did a 2-tire stop on the right side and did a splash of fuel and got back out there. But there was just no way I was going to catch Cody. And I guess me and Michael got a rivalry going on the track now, because I guess I rubbed him trying to hang on to the podium, but I wasn't going to give it up. This is my first podium, and I was not giving up second place.
He mentioned you. Yeah, I gotta say, you'll have to listen to it later, but he mentioned you in his post-race interview. So,
y'all, audience, the YouTube viewers need to watch for a little door rubbing between me and Michael next race.
Oh, a little rivalry. Jeez. That's good. That was a good race, though, man. I'm glad to see you there, and I can't wait to run the race with you tomorrow night, the Xfinity race. I really can't wait. That's going to be fun. And,
it was a lot of fun.
What a race, man.
Shout out to my sponsor, Mike Garza Fence Company. If you need fence in Oklahoma area, give him a call.
Definitely, man. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Awesome race, Brent. Good job tonight, buddy.
Thanks, Logan. It was a hard-fought one for sure.
I could tell, man. You did great, though.
Thank you. That means a lot coming from you. You're quick.
Second place finisher, Brent Thompson. Now we are on to our race winner, Cody Anderson. We'll get him down here and have a few words with him. Cody Anderson, you got a copy, buddy?
Yeah. I got you.
All right, man. I'm curious. So, started on the pole. You led a bunch of laps in that first stint. And then we saw you starting to fall back. Real quick, was that tires or strategy whenever you started to fall back in that first stint?
Fuel.
Okay. Now, we saw you riding in the back of the pack, about 12th to 8th place, somewhere in there, for most of that second stint. I had a feeling it was strategy. Am I right on that?
Yeah. That's when I made my first stop. I had saved about 3 laps going into the first stop, and I was still about 1 to 2 laps short to make it to the end. So I was using their draft and then also shutting the truck off going into the corner just to save a little bit more. I think I ended with like 0.2 laps left when I crossed the line to come back to do a little burnout.
Yeah, that I didn't catch it, unfortunately, but I kind of figured you'd be out of fuel by the time you got back around anyways. I knew you'd be cutting it close, but great strategy call, man. Other than that, started on the pole, you finished in first, 35 laps led, and just walk me through it, man. Just give me kind of a couple play-by-plays that you might have been a part of. There were 0 cautions the entire time. Was there any risky driving out there that you saw at all?
Not too much. I mean, there was the door banging, and when Jordan was fighting me before I started saving fuel at the end of that first, and I was kind of pinching him a little bit and making him burn up his tires a little bit more than what he may have wanted to. And I just moved up to the high line, and late in the run, you just get so much of a run out of the high line that if you try and go low, you're just going to get right back by him on the straightaways.
We saw that quite a few times through the field. A lot of that playing out where that high line just, you got the better run through the tri-oval and the backstretch. It didn't really matter much to let him get underneath you, but, and again, how many races is this under your belt for DES?
I think
4 between the two series?
Yep, I think it's 4 wins between the two, and I think I've got 10 or 11 starts.
Not
Man,
too
Cody,
bad, man.
Cody, this is damning, but you're playing chess and some people are playing checkers. I mean, I mean, I thought you were out of this thing at one point, and then I'm like, geez, you knew exactly what you were doing.
Well,
Man,
Saw and Michael wanted a caution, and that was the one thing that I could not have happen, because if a caution came out, my whole strategy was gone, and I was going to be marred in the middle of the field.
great run, man. That was a great run. I couldn't, man, that was good.
Absolutely. Good job tonight, Cody. Anybody you'd like to say thanks to real quick?
I just want to say thanks to you guys for broadcasting the races for us, and thanks to Brent and everybody in DES for putting the league together. Safe Light, Legacy Motor Club, GMS Fabrication.
Awesome. That's awesome. Thank you. Great win, Cody.
Thank you.
All right, Cody. We'll catch you tomorrow at Kansas in the Xfinity cars. You have yourself a great night, and again, good job tonight, buddy.
Thank you.
And that's going to do it for us tonight. Damon, I'm thinking instead of trying to go back through and finding these wrecks, how about we take some time to maybe throw up a short